a make or break piece that people come to me all the time for home gyms, studios, and they say, Steven, I need the big jungle gym that's in the center of the gym. What's up, everybody? Steven here from Super Fitness, and today I'm gonna answer the question, what I get asked 10,000 times a week: how much does it cost to open a gym? Not everybody knows this, but I do not just sell gym equipment. I'm a very successful gym owner since 2006. So we're standing in front of my facility. This is Super Fitness in Burlington, North Carolina. My gym is 18,000 square feet. And Burlington, North Carolina is a small little town, but my gym has done very well here, going on the 17th year this year. So now I'm about to take you inside and show you piece by piece of what things cost to build out a gym like mine. All right, we're walking into my gym, and my gym is a 24/7 access, open to the public, and I would consider my gym a very standard. We fit everybody's needs here at this gym. We're not just bodybuilder, we're not just power lifter, we're not just the bikini or fitness athlete. We literally have the 15-year-old up to 80-some years old. We are about to walk around and we are gonna touch each piece. And we're gonna keep a running tally and we're gonna pop it up on the screen of what a piece of equipment costs brand new. Now, I'm gonna put prices up that would cost with shipping, with install, the end total, because a lot of companies bait and switch you. So I want everybody to see at the very end of the video, we are also gonna talk a little bit about infrastructure, lighting, flooring, other things, but right now is all about equipment. And also, at the end of the video, we're gonna talk about what this would cost used. So new will be this price, used will be a fraction of the price. Let's get started. Follow me. The first thing we're gonna touch is the cardio section, and we will go from there. So this is my cardiovascular room, and I believe we have around 38 pieces in this room. And every gym is dependent upon what exactly you need and how many members you have. So when I build out a gym, I base that on what kind of membership you're gonna have. But follow me over here. These are the brand new Star Trek treadmills. Just so everybody knows, I've ran Life Fitness, I've ran Precor, I've ran all the top brands, and I'm a fan of many different brands, but I only personally sell commercial brand treadmills. When you get into a treadmill like this, most good commercial treadmills retail at about $8,000 a piece. Some much more higher end depending upon the embedded screen LCD versus the big touch screen. So it just kind of depends on where you want to go. But to get good treadmills, that's what you're gonna spend because you don't want problems. If you were using my gym as a reference point and we were building your gym, in 18,000 square feet, I run 8 treadmills. We're gonna go over here. These are what's called Cybex arc trainers. I personally run 4 of these, and I mix my ellipticals up, so I run 4 arc trainers. These are gonna be in the tune of about $7,000 a piece. So over here, these are the new Precor ellipticals. These are brand new, I just stuck them in here. Same thing, around $7,500 a piece, retail price. Over here, this is the new Life Fitness. Same situation, around $7,000 a piece. So I have 2 Life Fitness, 2 Precor, 4 Cybex arc trainers. Let me tell everybody the reason for that. The reason I run different cardio is because everybody likes something different. So you got Ford, Chevy, Dodge. Everybody will argue which one's better. There's not necessarily one better, but this is definitely provides what everyone needs. Moving on, I run 3 bikes in my facility. 1 upright, 2 recumbents. These are the new Star Treks. Great bikes. I like the walk-through design. So each bike retails for around $5,000. Bikes are still prevalent for knee rehabilitation and stuff like that. A lot of people cycle, so you definitely want to have some bikes, but you don't want to have too many bikes. Right here, this is a hit rower Some people use Concept 2, some people use, this is the Stairmaster version. This has got, in my opinion, the best screen on the market. I think these retail around $1,700. So this to me is one of the best rowers on the market. Most people know of a Concept 2, that's about $1,300. This right here, this is the new Octane Lateral. Phenomenal machine, and I'll show it while we're right here. This does lateral movement. This particular machine is great for the hips, glutes, and this right here retails around $7,000. Right here is the new Pre-Core AMT. I personally just run one of these for the simple fact a lot of people like this, but this is kind of a difficult movement. This is very expensive, around $10,000 machine. Phenomenal low impact machine. You have competition in the area and somebody comes to you, you want them to have diversification with equipment. This is called a Summit Trainer. This right here, I've always thought is a great machine. It's almost like a mountain climber. When these came out, they was around a $6,000 retail. My members love this machine, but this is a very hard machine. Moving on, one of the last pieces of cardio in here is Jacob's Ladder. This is the newest version of one of these. You put your back on, you can do stairs and all kinds of things on this. This right here, I think we just put in around 3 to 4 months ago, was around $7,400. But let me tell you, this is the newest version and you always want to stay the newest and current if possible to keep members coming back. So I definitely think it's worth the money. Now moving on to our last couple pieces. This right here is a Versa Climber. So what that is right there is this movement. A lot of NBA players, college football, you'll see these in weight rooms around the country. This right here is around a $4,000 machine. Next, moving on, is the Airdyne. This right here is an Octane Airdyne X. Retail on this is about $1,600. This right here has become the new standard for CrossFits, for really any type of gym. This right here, within 5 minutes, builds up so much lactic acid. Instead of doing 30 minutes of cardio, 1 hour cardio, they'll get on this and blast 10 minutes, and this is very difficult. Last but not least, what everybody loves. This is the new Stairmaster 8GX. These are what everybody says is the stairway to nowhere. In my opinion, when I was bodybuilding, I used to do 2 hours of this a day. This is what got me rock hard for competition. These normally stay pretty busy during all day long. We're filming right now on a very slow time, that way we can get this done. So these are around $8,700 retail, and I have 4 of these in my facility. Every gym is dependent upon how many they need, but I typically say in about 18,000 square feet, 4 is the number. But normally in my smaller clubs, I always like to put 2. Now that we're done with the cardio, I'm gonna show you my gym and how I have everything divided, and we're gonna go into the strength, and that's what everybody wants to see anyway. I split this gym into 3 different sections, and there is a reason for that. We'll start over here. This is our functional fitness area. I have 4 trainers who work for me full time. So if they have clients, they can use the whole functional fitness. We've got tire flip, we've got the tank, we do crawls, stretching. This right here is a room in itself that literally you could do a whole workout. There's dumbbells in here, but this is mainly Selectorized equipment and functional fitness. Next, over here, this room is predominantly my Selectorized equipment. There is a few pieces of plate load in here, but this is what I consider a room for everybody that literally they could go piece by piece and train. And next, I'm gonna take you into here. This is our free weight room. So in here, this is my free weight area, dumbbells up to 200 pounds, and this is where you're gonna find all the good stuff. Your hammer strength, your arsenal strength, all the leg presses, the power squats. We're gonna go room by room, piece by piece, and we're gonna show you how much each thing costs. Since we're already in this room, let's start here. We're gonna start right here with the hammer strength flat bench. These retail around $2,000 a piece. This does not include barbells, plates. We'll do a grand total at the end. And remember, these are generalized. Each brand is a little bit different as far as their flat bench and stuff like that. So I have 2 flat benches in here, 1 incline bench, 1 decline bench, all in about the $2,000 price range each. Over here, hammer strength, low row, around $3,600. Hammer strength iso row, around $3,900. Wide grip pull down, $3,900. Pullover, around $4,000. Decline press, $4,000. Shoulder press, about $3,600. This is Arsenal's new Multiflex, around $4,000. This is Cybex, what we consider a half rack with the platform, is gonna be about $5,000. This one right here is very cool. This is what I call priceless. This is one of the pieces in my gym that was hand built. It's one of the original pieces of my gym that I bought 17 years ago. This right here, somebody built one of the best bicep curls ever built, and I got offered $5,000 for it and would not sell it. So we can't really count that one, but we can say it's worth $5,000. Arsenal hack squat, around $6,000. Bilateral leg press, Arsenal strength, $7,500. Hammer strength. This is a double-sided rack, around $5,000. Hammer strength, iso bench press, $3,900. Hammer strength incline, same thing, around $3,900. Hammer strength tricep dip, around $4,000. This is the new Arsenal pec fly. Phenomenal, phenomenal machine, around $3,000. T-bar row, around $1,600. Arsenal Viking press, around $4,000. Hammer strength deadlift shrug, around $3,200. Let's keep going. This is Arsenal's new bicep bench, around $2,000. This right here is UMax curl bars, 20 through 110. So the bars themselves are around $2,000, but then you got a rack that is around $1,200. So that's when it gets expensive. Life Fitness cable crossover. My reasoning to have that in here, so if you're training biceps, you've got the cable cross right here, so you can go do tricep and then bicep back and forth. Very good piece, around $5,000. And just so everybody knows, I want to reiterate, these prices are shipped and stuff like that. So you may see one of these pieces for $500 cheaper, $1,000 a piece. But remember, shipping is very expensive. Hammer strength bicep curl, $3,000. One of my favorites, pendulum power squat. One of the best machines on the market. They make 2 versions of this. They make one without the bump stops and one with, called Performance or Pro. This particular version's about $6,000. Pit Shark, phenomenal belt squat, $5,000. This is the new Life Fitness Signature leg press, around $7,000. Arsenal Strength vertical leg press, $6,000. Cybex, one of the best Smith machines ever built, around $6,000. Now, let's get into flat benches and dumbbells. Believe it or not, you see this little bench right here? This thing retails almost $2,000. So a lot of people don't realize this has a major weight capacity, hence why they're so expensive. I cannot personally have a liability in here. Then this is a Arsenal decline. This is around $1,300. Then hammer strength military seat, around $1,000. So in total, on adjustable benches like this, we have around 7 in the building, 1 decline, and 1 military bench. Next, what I want to talk about, and what I get so commonly asked, dumbbells. There's different finishes for dumbbells, so this can be very different, but this is a urethane dumbbell made by UMax. My dumbbells, I have 2 sets of 5 through 50, and then 1 set of 55 through 150. And then if you shine the camera down here, those are 175s and 200s. 200s are very rarely used, but we still do have 200s in the building. In case you did not catch my last Instagram video, how dumbbell pricing works. Dumbbell pricing is by the pound. If it's by the pound, when you get into urethane, you're gonna be in that $3 to $5 a pound with shipping and stuff like that. So dumbbells are very expensive. So I always tell everybody, only buy what you need or what your gym customer needs. If you've got big guys using up to the 150s, by all means put them in. I have up to 200 here at my gym. If you don't though, maybe up to 110, 120 is plenty for your gym. So only buy what you need. And the next thing that people don't think about is dumbbell racks. Dumbbell racks are very expensive. Good dumbbell racks are gonna be around $2,000 a piece for sturdy, these are Arsenal strength dumbbell racks. In order to have the big boy weights, you have to have big boy equipment that can hold it. So these racks, you can't just go put an Amazon rack that's $200 to hold this amount of weight. But to get a full set of dumbbells like this, you're probably gonna spend up to 200 pounds, around $25,000. In order to fit this many dumbbells, you need about 5 dumbbell racks. That is another $10,000. Next, we're gonna go into my next room. Follow me. Welcome back to the predominantly Selectorized room that we do have a few pieces of plate load. We will start here. Something small like this hammer strength gripper is around $1,300. Next, I have duplicates of all my popular machines. I advise in a gym, if you have one machine that is getting used, put another in, maybe a different brand or a different type. Cybex is my favorite Smith machine, so hence I have 2 of them. Granted, there is another bench that we just mentioned in there. The Cybex is around $6,000. This is a true squat. Very, very rare machine. Don't find these machines. These right now are getting sold for around $5,000 a piece. Very rare machine, hard to find. Next is a Dynabody power press. This is around a $3,000 machine. Hammer strength seated leg curl, around $3,600. Hammer strength seated calf raise, around $2,300. And in front of it, we have the tibia torsa. Tibia torsa, believe it or not, for that little machine is about $1,000. So, what everybody loves right now, the Arsenal pendulum. Great machine, I can't keep these in stock. These right here are around a $6,000 machine. Arsenal power squat, another machine, $6,000. Another machine, Cybex squat press, one of my favorite leg presses on the market. This is going around $7,000 right now. Over here, this is the Nautilus glute drive. Hip thrust has become the new era that I sell a ton of, that I feel every gym needs. Not just women use this, tons of men use it too. $3,700. Here we are, something virtually impossible to get at the moment. This is the Glutenator. Glutenator come out, they have a patent. If you'll film these mechanisms in here, I've never felt another machine like it. The way this goes down and out, it hits the abductors and stuff like that like I've never felt before. But this right here is around $5,000. Next over here is your Cybex inner outer thigh machine. This is an Eagle NX, which is one of the newer models. This right here is around $6,000. We'll go back over here. This is called Life Fitness Insignia. Life Fitness Insignia is one of the newer lines on the market. Each one of these pieces is around $6,000. Just like the name says, booty coaster. Booty coaster is another, it's almost like a downward leg press. And I like to have a lot of oddball stuff within my gym. This right here is around $3,500. One that I get asked a lot about, Arsenal overhead tricep. The reason I get asked a lot, you don't see overhead triceps in a lot of gyms no more. Body Master used to make a great one that I had for a long, long time, but I like the Arsenal better because it's a little wider to get in and out of. This right here is about a $5,500 machine, but well worth it. I'll go ahead and flash this one up on the screen. A make or break piece that people come to me all the time for home gyms, studios, and they say, Steven, I need the big jungle gym that's in the center of the gym. I need that big machine. A lot of them don't even know what it's called. And I say, okay, you're talking about a jungle gym. And a lot of them have seen Life Fitness, what's called an MJ8 or MJ12. And I say, oh, that's a $30,000 machine. And a lot of people shit their pants, but it's well worth it. So this particular one is an 8-station, 2 lat pull downs, 2 low rows with 1 adjustable column and 1 tricep extension. To me, a jungle gym is a must-have in a gym. Some people we put 2 or we'll put a 12 stack in, but it's a must-have for any gym. It's just an expensive piece. The new Hammer Strength Select lying leg curl. This is around a $5,000 piece. Over here, Hammer Strength leg extension, $5,000. These pieces, just so everybody knows, I have duplicates of, and the reason I have duplicates of, like I told you on the Smith machine, when the gym is busy, in my gym we have options. We'll have several leg curls, several leg extensions, several pec decks, several Smith machines. So if your gym is busy, have options. Everybody might like seated leg curl versus lying leg curl versus kneeling leg curl. You need to have options. Is Hammer Strength standing calf raise? This is around a $5,000 piece. Hammer Strength lat pull down, $5,000. This is a must-have for most gyms. Hammer Strength assisted chin dip. Right here, phenomenal piece, $6,000. This is Hammer Strength Insignia lying bicep curl. Insignia is expensive. This is around a $6,000 piece. Right here, this is a old school pre-core Icarian bicep curl. This is one of my favorites. It's a flat top that really hits the peak of the bicep. This right here is getting harder and harder to find, believe it or not, but I've seen these going lately around $4,000. So one thing that I didn't talk about is accessory. This little tree right here that holds the accessories, this is around $1,500. So even something like this to open a gym, you go to buy something like this is not cheap. Next, this is your Hammer Strength pec deck Rudel. This is another option. We have a couple of these in here and plate load, but this is around a $5,000 piece. Follow me over here. One of the most popular pieces in my gym, Arsenal standing lateral raise. This right here is around a $4,500 piece and well worth it. One of the smoothest machines I've ever felt. Life Fitness Insignia tricep dip, around a $6,000 piece. The rest of these pieces in here I'm about to show you are called Hammer Strength MTS. There's dual weight stacks on all of these. These pieces are very expensive. Here's the bicep curl, $7,000. Tricep extension, $7,000. Hammer Strength MTS abdominal crunch, around $6,000. Shoulder press, $7,000. High row, $7,000. Mid row, $7,000. That one piece right there is Hammer Strength Select chest press, $5,000. Isolateral leg extension, $7,000. Kneeling leg curl, $7,000. And incline chest press, $7,000. So this right here is a vertical knee raise. This is around $2,200. Next, we got another rack. That's around $1,500. And then that right there is a DAP. That's a functional trainer made by Life Fitness. Retail on that, believe it or not, is around $9,000. But that is a must-have. I have 4 different cable crossovers set up throughout the gym for not only space, but diversification, to let people train everywhere. It's very important to set up your gym a certain way to make people comfortable, or when you're busy, to make people spread out of a facility. Hence why I have different rooms. We'll go to our last room. All right, heading into the last room. This is my functional fitness area. And I set this up to have a line of equipment that anyone could use. That if somebody walked in my door, I could say, hey, start from here and do a full body workout around. It's very simple, very easy for the customer. But right here, this is the new Life Fitness Insignia leg press. Phenomenal machine. And for elderly people to get in and out, they can do calf raises or leg presses. Phenomenal. This is $8,000. Insignia lying leg curl, $6,000. Insignia leg extension, $6,000. Insignia pec deck rear delt, around $7,000. Insignia chest press, $6,000. Insignia lateral raise, $6,000. Shoulder press, $6,000. Lat pull down, $6,000. ISO row, $6,000. Then you've got hammer strength select, bicep, $5,000, and tricep, $5,000. This right here is an Atlantis sissy squat. Believe it or not, this little piece is around $1,200, but well worth it for you to be able to do sissy squats the correct way. Right here, this is a Rogue reverse hyper. This is around $500. This is the new ab coaster, CS3000. It's around $2,000 for the commercial version. Hyper extension, hammer strength, $2,000. This is a motion cage made by Hoist. The reason that I set this up, because this has 16 different exercises that you can actually do on it. So for my personal training side of things, I set this up, it's got full squat rack, dips, step ups, wall balls, you name it, this thing does it, including the boxing bag, but it's expensive. These things come at around a $20,000 price tag. One thing that I didn't mention, it does have a full functional trainer on the motion cage. This is a Cybex stretcher. This is $1,300. Little ab bench, around $700. Hammer strength GHD, around $1,800. Insignia torso, this is around $6,000. Abdominal, $6,000. Back extension, $6,000. And seated leg curl, around $6,000. Right here, this is what's called the tire flip. This is around $2,500, but this is an awesome machine because you don't have to get a tire and flip it everywhere. Literally, two people can just go back and forth. This right here is a tank. This is a prowler, basically, to push back and forth. This is around $1,000. This little rack, believe it or not, to get something like this that's sturdy, that can hold 1,000 or more pounds, this is around $1,500. And I'm not gonna go into detail about balls and things like that. But the last thing that I set up back here in this section was a small rack of dumbbells. The rack and the dumbbells for about 5 through 50, 5 through 60 is around $1,500. But this is for my people that have lunges and they wanna do stuff on the turf area. So I always tell everybody that I'm sitting in the gym, have options for people to go, to spread out not only the people, but to make them comfortable. So if your turf room is separated from your dumbbell rack, make sure they don't have to walk a mile to get the dumbbells. That's why that is in here. Now that we're done showcasing the equipment, I know everyone, this number is gonna scare the shit out of you. Believe me, it scared me. But what I wanna stress to everybody, this is what I do for a living. This is my showroom for my business. Also, remember this, and I stress this to people, you do not have to buy all this at once. This was a 17-year journey for me. I have been swapping pieces left and right for years, and I still switch pieces out. I literally sometimes, if one piece is not doing well, meaning customers are not using it, we're gonna get rid of that and we're gonna put something else in. Do not think you have to have everything I got to start a gym. We have started gyms with pennies for people, so it can be done, especially with used equipment that we're gonna talk about here in a minute. Now that we're done with all the equipment, we're gonna take the counter off the screen and we're just gonna talk about some of the extras, some of the things that people don't think about that add value to the gym or for the client walking in. Flooring and turf is a big, big deal and a big, not only investment, but you wanna buy quality. So this piece of turf, I did have it logoed and you can see the Super Fitness right there with the hash lines. This is a big piece of turf. I think this is around 90 feet of turf. This right here was around $15,000. You can go with much cheaper turf. I wanted something to last years to come. We offer tanning beds. So back in the day, I was one of the biggest tanning salons in Burlington, and tanning is not what it used to be. A tanning bed, for a good tanning bed, you're gonna get into around $10,000 and up. This is only suggested for certain cities, so I would not recommend tanning for everyone. The next thing I wanna showcase is good lighting. The sky is the limit, everybody. So where you get into some money is electrical. Electrical can be very expensive in the mechanical part of a gym. But with lighting, I've seen gym owners spend $10,000 on up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. So be careful, I think less is more. you can do some cool lighting for not super stupid amounts of money. I personally think first impressions is everything. Anybody who knows me or has bought equipment from me knows I'm OCD about cleanliness and about first impressions. So your front counter area cooler is very important when you're walking into any gym. So what I suggest, do a good job, make your front counters, put nice countertops. Me personally, I probably spent about $10,000 up here to do nice countertops and build all this. I've seen gym owners, one recently, spend $25,000 on a front counter. So the sky's the limit on that, but whatever you do, just make it look presentable and make it look inviting into the space. So the next thing that I highly recommend, that I use on a daily basis, is a sauna. This is a traditional sauna that gets over 200 degrees. But infrared has become super popular, and you can go get an infrared sauna from around a good one, $3,000 and up. So you can either build one in like I've done, or just put one in the men's and women's locker room at an average of around $3,000 a piece. Another amenity that you could put in your gym that I don't even have, hence why we're in my wife's office, is a badass posing room. I think it's a great add-on feature, a great selling point, and I think so many people are into fitness nowadays that a posing room is a great add-on for your gym. You're gonna spend $5,000 to $10,000 to build a badass posing room in lighting and mirror, and that's another thing that I'm gonna go ahead and bring up that we'll talk about. Mirrors is very expensive. In my personal gym, I have over $20,000 in 18,000 square feet. All my gym is pretty much mirrored. So some people like less mirrors, some people like more. But I would say the standard you're gonna do is about $10,000 nowadays in mirrors. Another thing that I wanna talk about, and I want to stress that you need to make nice and presentable, is bathrooms, lockers, and showers. So your bathroom infrastructure, I would say on average is gonna cost $40,000 to $50,000 per one in order to make them nice for a bigger club with lockers, bathrooms, and showers. Yes, that is a $100,000 upfit bill, but I have personally been into some dungeon gyms that I can't even stand the smell to go use the bathroom in the bathroom, and they are wondering why they are failing as a business. So I always tell people, you can have old equipment, but you at least need to make it clean. Bathrooms are a big deal, and I stress this. I know this video has probably scared the shit out of some people or anyone who thinks they want to open a gym. But now I want to talk about how I got into business. I got into business by selling all used equipment for pennies on the dollar. So I want to stress to you, you can open a gym for usually up to 70, 80% off the retail number that I just gave you by just buying used or refurbished equipment. This will save you a fortune in the long run. I personally started with old equipment that I hand painted most of it. So all you need to do is be willing to put the work in, and you can make it happen. I personally don't want to scare anybody, but I do want to tell people the truth about what things cost. Over time, if you're willing to work hard, build things up, you will succeed. It's just a matter of time before you get there. We only covered equipment in this video. Now, one thing I want to stress to everybody, and not to scare anybody, you still have to think about these factors. You've got rent, payroll, security, software, insurance, light bills, water bills. The list goes on, et cetera, et cetera. Those are very big expenses that play a major role in you opening a facility. So here's my advice. Find in your city a good building for reasonable rent. A bad deal is a bad deal, and I see it all the time. If you want to open up in the brand new shopping mall that the rent is $30,000 for 15,000 square foot, I highly recommend you do your due diligence before doing that. Just because you open in the best part of town does not mean you're going to be successful at that, because I don't care if you bring in $100,000 a month. If you shell out 110, you lost $10,000 a month. So a bad deal is a bad deal. So be careful with where you open and your expenses, because no matter if you've got the best equipment in town, if your expense outweighs your money you're bringing in, you lost money. In terms of everything else, infrastructure, payroll, security, we're gonna probably make separate videos about that. that still plays instrumental roles in you opening a facility. But this video, I wanted to base it on how much it costs for sheer the brass tacks of equipment. With that being said, I appreciate you sticking around watching my video. I know this was a long one. Please like and subscribe, and please leave any questions in the comments. I'll be glad to answer them. And I will catch you on the next one.